Welcome to Table for 92, element number 22, titanium. It's number 22 because it has exactly 22 protons within its nucleus. For titanium, we're cooking up some Cornish foods in honor of William Gregor, who discovered titanium in the valleys of Cornwall. Titanium is not found naturally in the human body and is not an essential nutrient like many other elements. But through the miracle of modern medical science, a whole lot of people have titanium hips, kneecaps. Hell, even Lieutenant Dan had titanium alloy legs, just like the ones on the space shuttle.
Magic legs.
The main reason titanium is used in prosthetic devices, not other metals, is because titanium is non-reactive. You don't have to worry about it rusting or anything, which would be bad. We do actually consume a decent amount of titanium dioxides through artificially colored foods, but the titanium passes through the body, hopefully. Yeah, so here's a link to an article about a certain titanium dioxide being a possible carcinogen. I'm not a doctor, so I can't weigh in on this. I mean, I have watched a lot of MASH, but that probably doesn't help in this circumstance. But yeah, here is the first sentence from the conclusion of that journal article. Quote, after reviewing the literature on the potential risks of oral exposure to TiO2, titanium dioxide, we concluded that the existing body of evidence raises concern for human health regarding the long-term ingestion of E171. That's the titanium dioxide in question. Titanium dioxides are a wonderfully brilliant white color, so its main uses are actually in paints. You would probably think titanium is used in the form of pure titanium metals in heavy industry, as it's very strong, lightweight, and corrosion resistant. But no, 95% of titanium mined out of the earth is actually used for white paint, titanium oxide. That brilliant white color is used in all sorts of food coloring, including that E171 titanium dioxide, especially in candies, creamers, cake decorations, like icings, white sauces. But yeah, it's also used in milk, salad dressing, chewing gum, sunscreen lotion. I mean, really anything you want to be ridiculously white. Even though titanium is such a useful metal in industry and paints, and kind of unfortunately in foods, it wasn't discovered until 1791, and it wasn't even used outside of a laboratory until 1932. So it was back in 1791, a Cornish minister and kind of amateur mineralogist, William Gregor, discovered what he believed to be a new metal in black magnetic sands down there in the Manakin Valley in South Cornwall. By the way, Cornwall is the southwestern part of the UK, where the pirates of Penzance live, and that's why I'm preparing some famous Cornish foods. I was originally going to bake a cake with some titanium dioxide icing, but after all I've read, I probably won't do that anymore. Cornish game hen was first bred in 1820 in Cornwall by Sir Walter Gilbert. It was not bred for eating though, but for fighting. Yep, cockfighting. That's why it's called a game hen. Gilbert bred two different breeds of chicken to produce a superior fighting bird, but apparently the Cornish game hen didn't make for a good fighter, and it became an eating bird. It's really just a small immature chicken though. Gregor named this new metal he had Manakinite, after the Manakin Valley, and he published his findings in the Royal Geological Society of England and the German Annals of Chemistry. Very important he did that, because a couple years later, a German chemist, Martin Heinrich Klaproth, who was also able to isolate a new metal from this mineral rutile, and he named that titanium after the Titans of Greek mythology. But soon after, it was realized that Gregor had actually found it first because he published it. So Gregor got the glory of discovering it while Klaproth got the name. I mean, titanium's a good name. I think they're both pretty good names. Manakinite, Manakinite, A Cornish pasty is basically a meat and vegetable pie. It's dough, meat, and vegetables. You take 2 ounces, and this is very important, cold butter, very cold. 1 cup all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, 2 or 3 tablespoons of water. Titanium was found in 1791 and wouldn't be totally isolated until 1910 by a New Zealander working in the US, Matthew Hunter. But he was only able to secure 1 gram of the stuff. And, as us humans do, when titanium processing was actually made a real possibility, we immediately figured out ways to use it to kill one another. Because titanium is so hard, lightweight, and resistant to corrosion, it had all sorts of military applications. But that wouldn't happen until the 50s, when the Cold War was really ramping up. Mainly, titanium was used for nuclear submarines and aircraft, like the SR-71. Now, the SR-71 is a really interesting story. It's made up of 92% titanium. It's the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft ever built. Set the speed record at 3,500 miles an hour, and was designed during the height of the Cold War in the 50s and 60s. But at that time, the US didn't have a lot of titanium ore. It's only found in a few places in the world. And so, ironically enough, the US had to get it from the Soviet Union. Certain American clandestine organizations working through fake corporations and non-aligned countries were able to get enough of that rutile ore that titanium is isolated from. The big difference with the Cornish pasty is they have raw meat inside. Apparently in other areas they use cooked meat already. You take 1/4-inch diced carrots, 1/4-inch diced turnip, finely chopped onion, half cup cubed skirt steak or rump steak, a half cup of 1/4-inch diced potato, salt and pepper to taste. I have this great outdoor rock oven, but for pastries, it just doesn't work because I can't regulate the temperature as well. So I'm gonna take these pasties inside to do. So yeah, the US built the most badass spy plane during the Cold War, made up of titanium acquired from the people the US were spying on. Just a wonderful story. I mean, it really could be made into a movie, or at least a mini-series. So titanium, the big T, one of the most important metals used on Earth. Despite its fairly recent introduction to the world stage, it is found in everything from badass spy planes to Lieutenant Dan's legs. It's found in foods, but that might not be a good thing. Here is our pasty and Cornish game hen to celebrate the Cornish discovery of titanium. Cornwall forever! Thank you, and see you next time. So yeah, please like and subscribe. It's how I validate my existence.